It's going to be a while before we're back at the church.
Yes. So here we are, toward the end of summer again, relying on our Earth Magic cards tonight to guide us. These cards are so beautiful, and they usually just tell us just exactly what we need to uh, to focus on for our meditation and for the week. I'm Reverend Rob, and I'm the pastor at the Institute for Spiritual Development, and we are thrilled with the online community that we've been developing since March, and the loyalty and the dedication and just the participation, the willingness to be flexible and to be agile as we continue our move through this pandemic and other things around the world. So, given all of that, let us see what the Earth Magic cards have to say to us today about our meditation. All right, as usual, I'm going to just, I'm not a very good shuffler, so I'm just going to hold them up. There you go. Hold up those hands, give your energies. You're giving it.
Add in
All right, now just draw the top card since y'all know that I stop at the top. All right. Our card this week is dun, 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 dun. You'll see before I do.
iceberg.
Iceberg.
All submerged.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see what that has to say. So I'm going to let you guys take a look at this card here.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, literally.
It is literally cool.
Kara Davis is Karen, yay!
Our card is Iceberg. I'll read a little bit about it and then we'll look at it again. We'll
Hi,
see.
Karen. Hi. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Sylvia and Fran. Hi, Rob.
Karen,
What's the card?
we just chose our card. Our card is Iceberg.
Oh my God.
I know, and we are submerged.
Oh,
Ah,
I don't like being cold.
I'm on the top. I'm the tip of the iceberg.
There you go. You're on the tip of the iceberg. See? All right, so let's see what iceberg and submerged is for us today.
Hi, that's an iceberg. Much more. Much more.
Karen, it made you chilly. You had to put a. It's actually chilly out.
All right, so iceberg. Up to 90% of an iceberg's body is below the surface, deeply submerged in the bosom of Grandmother Ocean. Yet, Grandmother allows considerable freedom for her enormous children, permitting them to move about as dictated by the currents and their own momentum. Having broken off from a glacier or ice shelf, they float along the sea, much to the detriment of vessels that attempt to traverse their passageways. Most of us have heard stories of ill fated ships that have had tragic encounters with these ice mountains. Although the topmost portion of an iceberg can easily be seen, there's still a massive amount of its body below the water that may be difficult to detect. And that which remains unseen can fool us and perhaps even be dangerous and damaging. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are your shadow aspects. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they may mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you, and may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. These may make up some sort of self expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. Whatever you have submerged deep inside you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. So, submerged. Well, we've been dealing with this topic last night at our book discussion group. We dealt with the ideas of judgment, and we've talked about the shadow self part of us that is all of those things that we think are not good parts of us, but in fact are very much a part of who we are. And denying them, pretending like they don't exist, or hoping that they don't exist, is just the quickest way to helping them surface, as this book said, as mirrors to other people, as outbursts of unpredictability. I wouldn't know anything about that. And so I think that this week, with this card, we can look at a couple of things. First of all, thank goodness that we do get a card that they're icebergs, and may we always continue to have icebergs. So as long as we're drawing that card, we can be sure, I hope, that we continue to have the icebergs and glaciers that we need so much. But the submerged part is what we want to focus on. Those parts of us that we have been afraid to show others, or that we have been intimidated to show others. Maybe those parts of us that we have been afraid to listen to ourselves or hear ourselves. As we've learned from many of the things that we have been studying over the last several weeks and several years, those parts of us are part of our totality, and they deserve to be brought to the light. They deserve to be given their equal share as part of our total being. And so tonight, let us take a moment to just think about those things that we might consider submerged. And don't go too deep if it's not comfortable for you, but just think of things just below the surface that you know that you might submerge throughout the day or throughout the week. And just begin to love those things. Just begin to give them attention, to honor their existence, and to wrap yourselves around them so that they are, when they are ready to be released, when they're ready to come to the surface, they're ready. We don't need to make anything come to the surface that we're not ready for. So we've submerged these for a reason. And so I invite us all to just be gentle as we continue to bring forth more and more parts of ourselves that we can trust each other with. We can trust this group of soul companions with each and every time we're together, and beyond. So it's that time for meditation. We'll have a couple of different parts of our meditation tonight. So we're going to start by relaxing our body, going to that ethereal space, going to that space where we are more than our body. We are beyond our body. And then we'll see where we go from there. So let's get comfortable, guys. I'm going to turn off your videos. Or if you could turn off your videos, and I'm going to mute you all. And you're all muted. Thank you. And so we're just going to pay attention to our breath now as we are relaxing. So maybe we've sat in a chair, or we have lain flat on a sofa or a bed. Not ready to fall asleep, just ready to relax and be energized. And so as we just allow ourselves to decompress where we are, we want to pay attention to the breath that is coming in and out of our body. So pay attention to it as we inhale through our nose, and really be mindful of what that feels like as it comes up and through your nostrils and then through your body as you inhale fully. And then you exhale nice and slowly. Just at your own pace, paying attention as you breathe. And we're just going to allow the sound of the bowls to bring us to the attention of our breath as we begin to collect ourselves for our meditation. Just allowing our breath to enter our bodies fully and deeply. And exhale completely. And with every exhale, we are more and more relaxed. With every exhale, we release more and more. Of the burdens of the day, of the musings of our mind, of our stresses and worries. With every breath, we are more and more free of anything that would hold us in any space other than relaxation and peace. And we know that we're going to come back to this breath, to pay attention to this breath throughout our evening tonight. And if our mind wanders or if thoughts creep in, all we have to do is just focus on our breath, honor those thoughts, and let them go. And so we're going to start this next part of our meditation just by relaxing our bodies even more deeply. And so if you can, where your eyes are closed, imagine them closing just a little more. You don't want to squeeze them. You just want to imagine the eyes closing more and taking you more and more deeply into your soul self. And so begins this wonderful, slow folding in of ourselves. Our aura will hold our bodies as we allow the body to just disappear, leaving only the consciousness. As we move in further and further in. And in this state where we have released our bodies, we have also encouraged the flight of our souls. And we imagine our soul self attaching to the tones of the sound and taking us up, up, and away into the clear dusk sky. Flying and soaring so easily, so comfortably. It's not hot, it's not cold, it is just perfect to be floating in the dusk sky as the sun sets around us. We feel no need for anything from our earthly life. We just feel peace. With our soul self, in our soul self. And as the tone drifts away, we imagine ourselves just floating wherever we are, just floating comfortably, suspended, feeling that serenity of not being on the way anywhere else, just feeling what it is like to be here now. There's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow, there's only this moment. Exquisite, pure, and free. This may be a moment where we are even comfortable enough to just remember that breath that is keeping us here suspended and floating. Relaxed and serene. And together. For we suddenly find ourselves in this space where we are floating, aware of the other soul selves that have joined us here. Those ones in real time. And those ones who will join us beyond this real time, in this space, suspended. And now feeling so safe and strengthened and bonded together, these thoughts of our soul selves turn to that card that we remember seeing a few moments ago in our mind's eye. The card of the iceberg. And the word submerged. And in this safe and comfortable space, we allow our soul self to so gently begin to reflect on parts of our consciousness, parts of our life that we keep below the surface. Maybe we think we'll be rejected by this part of us. Or maybe we think no one will understand it. Maybe we're afraid there are too many others with this same component of their lives. But we can think about what we have kept submerged with such peace and perspective and love. We know we don't have to bring forth a wellspring of submerged parts of our persona or life. Just those things that are at the surface for now. We reflect on them lovingly and patiently. This aspect of ourself, this submerged part of ourself, senses our reflection of it. And somehow, like catching us mid-thought, says, "Oh, hello. I didn't think you could see me here," it says. And we, startled by even hearing it speak to us, look back at it and say, "I thought that I had put you far enough away I wouldn't be able to hear you or even begin to know you." And that submerged part of ourselves just looks back at us with a spiritual eye and chuckles so gently, not making fun of us for not understanding it, but understanding why we have temporarily not understood it. And it says to us with a bright and almost mischievous smile, "I'm ready to come to the surface. I am ready to emerge. I am ready to emerge and be part of who we are." And almost still not believing we're having this conversation, we look back so lovingly on this part of who we are, wondering why we've kept it submerged for so long, forgetting any reasons from our earth plane as to why we would have wanted to keep any part of ourselves beneath the surface. And so the tones in harmony seem to fuse us with that submerged self, safely and securely, confidently. And with strength and determination. We can almost feel the smile of that submerged self unite with our self here, becoming more and more part of us. Becoming more and more ready to be shown to the world. And we know now that we will begin our way back to that space where we can show our own life and the lives of those around us as part of ourselves. And so in our space where we are floating, we allow that submerged part of ourselves to intrigue us, inspire us, and guide us to a space that we didn't even know existed. Floating, being, embracing, and loving. And so we're relaxed and yet wanting to completely bring that submerged part to the surface. We choose to energize ourselves. We choose to solidify ourselves. We choose to dance our way back together with this self that we will reveal. United with this part, waiting to emerge. We allow ourselves to just walk with it and dance with it, embracing it. energized by the dance we've done, by the beats that we followed. We come ready to return to our lives and our plane and our families. We are awakened with a profound sense of peace and relaxation, having ushered so carefully and so lovingly the submerged part of ourselves that we now recognize and honor and love. United with this part of ourselves for now, we begin to sense our bodies by realizing that we have that breath that has guided us, that has held us, that breath that gives us life. That energizes us and enlivens us. That is the source of our being on this plane. And so we just allow our soul self to begin to feel where we have left our body in the care of that oversoul. And we allow our bodies to just fill in that space in our aura. Around our crown, at our fingertips, at our feet, all just fill in. And as it fills in, it is free of any pain or discomfort that we might have left it with. Instead, it is exhilarated by the presence of this once submerged part of ourselves that we have welcomed into our life, that we have trusted with our soul companions, and that we know is actually a gift from the divine. And so let us just bring our attention to that breath again. In and out at our own pace, slowly and deliberately, gently but confidently. And we'll bring ourselves back to our space in this plane fully by taking 3 deep breaths, and we will do this together. We'll open our eyes on the last one. So let us inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. One more deep breath as we open our eyes. And ever so gently, I welcome you back. I agree. Hello. If you've been with Roy Brown Eagle, who does our drum circles on occasion, he will make you look into his eyes to make sure that you have returned. So it's late and you don't have to drive. I'm not going to worry about that. So I just invite you to continue on your relaxation journey tonight and to continue to allow that part that you've just brought forth to continue to emerge as this week moves forward.
Has Kathleen emerged?
She is. I'm going to call her in a second. So there she is. See, Kathleen, look at all these people that care about where you are right now. They love you.
That was so good. I was really zoning there.
Good. Good. That's good. Good. Well, as always, if you have thoughts, I email with all of you throughout the week, and so feel free jot down thoughts or emails that or insights that you have as you move through the week, and I will see you soon. As you know, we've got lots coming up. This weekend is a really big weekend. So we've got our spiritual gifts Saturday sharing program with Reverend Fran, who is here tonight. And she's going to be doing an intro to palmistry, giving us some background into this ancient and sacred and fun and mysterious art. And then Saturday night, we still have just four spaces left for our message gallery online. And so you join that gallery and you'll receive messages from 4 readers. And it looks like we've got a slot of really fun readers. So please go to the website, sign up, and get one of those 4 spaces left. And Karen will be joining us. Kathleen will be joining us.
Who are the readers?
I still have 2 to confirm, but right now it'll be it'll be Lisa and David Gleekel are confirmed, and Brenda is also interested in reading. She wants to make sure she can get everybody's rising sign. So while Karen and Kathleen are here, if you don't know your rising sign and you want to send me your birth information and time, I can send those on to Brenda so that she can do readings, so she can be confident that she can do them with the rising signs. So just send them to me and I'll forward them to her. And yeah, so it's going to be a fun group. So you may actually be able to have the night off, Reverend Fran. So
Let me know. I can always, stand ready if needed.
and we appreciate that. So good. All right, guys, have a good night. You guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking a chance on us tonight, and hope you got something relaxing and insightful. And I love you all. You know I do.
Bye, Kathleen.
Good night.
Okay, I'm leaving the